Vincent van Gogh spent much of his life believing he was failing. He struggled to make a living. He depended heavily on his brother Theo. His paintings received little recognition compared with the fame they would eventually achieve. And while his inner world became increasingly difficult to bear, he kept painting again and again and again. Vincent van Gogh wasn't always a painter. He worked as an art dealer. He became a teacher. He studied theology. He even worked as a preacher. But eventually, he found his calling in art. In his late 20s, Van Gogh committed himself seriously to painting. He was largely self-taught. He struggled financially, and his brother Theo became one of the most important sources of support in his life. Through his letters, we can see how deeply Van Gogh cared about his work. He wasn't simply painting what he saw. He was trying to understand it. People, nature, light, and perhaps himself. In France, he dreamed of creating a community of artists, but his hopes didn't unfold as he imagined. His relationship with Paul Gauguin became increasingly difficult, and in late 1888, Van Gogh experienced a severe emotional crisis. His mental health continued to trouble him. Yet something remarkable happened. He kept working. He continued to paint. The sunflowers, the portraits, the cypresses, the swirling night skies. Colors became more than colors. They became emotion. His paintings seemed to say what words could not. But recognition did not come quickly. Van Gogh died in 1890 at only 37. He would never see the enormous reputation his work would eventually receive. And that is what makes his story so haunting. The world would eventually celebrate paintings that the world had barely noticed while he was alive. But Van Gogh kept creating before anyone could promise him success. And perhaps that is the hidden battle. To continue when nobody is applauding. To create when nobody understands. To keep moving when the result is uncertain. Because sometimes, the value of what you create cannot be measured by what the world gives you today. Van Gogh didn't live to see the full meaning of his work, but he left something behind, not simply paintings. Evidence that he kept trying to turn his inner world into something the rest of us could see. So if you're building something that nobody understands yet, don't confuse silence with failure. Recognition can come late, sometimes very late. Keep creating, because you may never know who will discover the work you refuse to abandon. That is the hidden battle. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned with Lost Whispers of Eternity. For the new Series 2, The Cost of Power, greatness always comes with a price.